Hello, welcome again. We are solving GATE 2022 aerospace engineering paper. Question number 17 is consider the velocity distribution uy shown in the figure. For two adjacent fluid layer L1 and L2, the viscous force exerted by L1 and L2 is. So this is your velocity profile. U is function of y. This is L1. This is L2. Okay. Option A to the right and option B to the left, option C vertically down upward, option D vertically downward. So this is your L1, this is L1, L2. So L1 is moving with a lesser velocity as compared to L2. So as compared to L2. So the layer L1 will also try to retard this L2 and try to bring the velocity of layer L2 equal to its velocity. Okay. So by applying a viscous force, so it will apply a viscous force to the left. Okay. So option is D. So as the velocity of layer L1 is less than velocity of layer L2, so it will try to retard L2 by applying viscous force in the direction opposite to velocity of L2 to the left. That is to the left. As velocity is in this direction or in left direction. Next. Answer is D. Question number 18. The service ceiling of an airplane is the altitude. Option A, at which the maximum rate of climb is 100 meters per minute. Option B, beyond which theoretical airplane cannot sustain level flight. C, at which maximum power is required for flight. D, at which maximum rate of climb is 100 feet per minute. So answer is D. The service ceiling is of the airplane is the altitude at which the maximum rate of climb is 100 feet per minute. Okay, and the absolute ceiling is defined as the at which the rate of climb is 0. Defined as the altitude at which the rate of climb is 0. Okay, so answer is option D. Next, question number 19. Regarding the horizontal tail of a conventional airplane, which one of the following statement is true? Option A, it contributes to Cm alpha less than 0. Option B, it makes Cm alpha is equal to 0. Option C, it makes Cm alpha greater than 0. Option D, it makes Cm not greater than equal to 0 and Cm alpha is greater than 0. Okay. So for stability we need a negative change in Kg moment, then there is positive change in alpha. So Cm by C alpha by delta Cm by delta alpha should be less than 0. So or Cm alpha we can say this is represented like this. Cm alpha is less than 0. Okay, for stability, and the horizontal tail provides the conventional horizontal tail of the conventional airplane provides the stability, so for which Cm alpha should be less than 0. So answer is option A. Okay, so answer is option A. Okay. Next, a beam with symmetrical T-shaped cross section as shown in the figure is subjected to pure bending. The maximum magnitude of normal stress is realized. So this is your top, this is your bottom, this is T section, okay. Cross section, T section. Option A, only at the top fibers of cross section. B, only at the bottom fibers of cross section. C, both at top and bottom fiber of the cross section. D, only at central fiber of the cross section. So this is your cross section, this is your Y1. So in T section the CG is for CG is here, so Y1 will be greater than Y2. Okay, so as Y1 is more than Y2, and in case of bending, using bending relation M by I sigma by Y, so Y will be maximum and at the bottom fiber, so the maximum stress, So the stress at the bottom fiber will be more. As, okay. So stress at the bottom fiber will be more because y is more. So answer is B. Okay. So answer is B. Next, a three-member truss is simply supported at Q and R and loaded at P by a horizontal force F as shown. The force in QR is option A 0, option B F tensile, option C F by root 2 compressive, option D root 2 F tensile. So this is your PQR and this is your force applied P, and at this port Q, horizontal reaction is RQH, vertical reaction is force RQV. So balancing horizontal forces, there is only one horizontal force applied and there is one reaction RQH. So RQH will be your F. So and it will create a tensile effect on member QR. So answer is option B. Okay. Next, a closed thin rectangular channel shown in the figure 1 is opened by introducing a sharp cut at the center of the bottom edge as shown in figure 2. Which one of the following statement is correct? So this is case 1, this is 2. This is fully closed, this is there is cut provided at this. Option A, centroid of 1 and 2 coincide with while the shear center do not coincide. Option B, the shear center of 1 and 2 coincide while the centroid do not. Option C, both centroid and shear center of 1 and 2 coincide. Option D, neither centroid nor shear center of 1 and 2 coincide. So when it is fully closed, the shear center and the centroid will coincide each other. Shear center is defined by the point where if we apply force, then there will be no twisting moment. So in this section, if we apply force at midpoint, okay, then there will be no twisting. Okay, so but here the centroid is same because a small cut has been provided, so it will not change the centroid of the section, but the shear center will change. Okay, because if we apply a force at centroid of this section, it will cause a twisting moment. Okay, so so we have to choose another point where we can apply force which will not cause a twisting moment in this. So that will be the shear center of this. So answer is centroid of 1 and 2 will coincide. Centroid is coinciding and shear center in this case is the centroid, and in this case it is something else. Okay, shear center is okay. So answer is option is centroid of 1 and 2 coincide with shear center.